What's up, guys? We are Past the Pop Culture. My name is Ricky with my co-host here, Mr. Fen.
Yo.
And we're back. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, we're back to the old man cave. Woo-woo. So, yeah, been a long time coming. I know some of you guys probably weren't enjoying the digital version we were doing, but, you know, things happen. So, we're now back. We're going to be filming here. Hopefully, we'll be doing some live stuff, too. Probably me shifting around the times again, like always.
Oh, yeah,
but,
sadly.
There's like... It just feels weird,
I
dude.
know.
I'm like, what do I do?
Back, I
yeah,
guess.
I know. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Sword Art Online, confirmed for real life, pretty much. There's a lot of Call of Duty news. For my fellow nerds out there, we got that Victoria 3 rant that I went on, like, what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, last week.
episode.
And then now they came out with some stuff saying, like, oh, we're going to fix it. But, you know, I'm still upset, of course. Godzilla. We got a little bit of Godzilla news if you guys are interested in that. So stick around, guys. We're going to be continuing on to the first thing, which is I want to talk about is how we're all going to die from the new Oculus Rift. Okay, no, that's not true, but...
In theory, yes.
In theory. So apparently one of the co-founders, right, he's in the defense arms industry now.
Yeah.
So after basically Facebook acquired, I should say, Facebook acquired the... digital VR headsets and stuff like that. So they want to do like a SAO style. One of the co-founders, what was his name?
His last name is Lucky, or Palmer Lucky.
Yeah, Palmer Lucky, one of the co-founders of the Oculus. He wants to try to bring SAO to real life. So from this article, PC Gamers, you can look it up. If you die in the game, you die in real life. That's the best way to explain it. Like I really don't know how to word it because it is kind of
Think of it as like in Dark Souls. You know how when you die and it says you died. So if that pops up, there's sensors in the headset that says like if the certain red shade pops up, which is stupid, it just blows up. It
blows up your brain. There's explosives in the headset that just like go into your brain and it blows it up. And for whatever reason, he's just interested in it. He's like, well, someone was going to make it eventually, so why not me? He was always fascinated by it.
Which is even weirder.
Yeah, and so I just think it's weird. Like, he's in, like, the defense industry, and he's all like, oh, so I made this headset that blows up for VR. So VR assassinations in the future. The article even mentioned that. It's interesting time we're living in.
Scary. I mean, I guess he's using his brains, to make stuff because like his whole thing is for bombs, right? So
yeah.
I guess he was bored one day and is just like, you know what? I like watching anime. Let's make this thing a reality and just
bring Sword Art Online to real life, man. That's what it is. But
I mean, granted, he didn't like actually make it.
So one of the main things he was complaining about was like, yeah, there's probably going to be some malfunction. So even if you're not supposed to die, the explosives may still go off. So he's too afraid to use it himself, which is not a good vote of confidence there. I feel like
because if it's based on the shade of red, like what if there's like a red flower?
So he was saying that he would have to design an AI, guys. An AI robot would be determining whether or not you should live or die in the game based on like some arbitrary statistics that he's going to use. So Skynet.
I mean, would you rather die from a robot shooting you or from yourself?
The chance at finding my waifu in a
I'll take those
anime
chances.
video game. Yeah, that's essentially. And it's such like a weird thing, dude. I don't really know what to say about it except no, this doesn't deserve to be like real. Like we don't deserve this. There's too much. But
like just because you can doesn't mean you should, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like.
Just
I don't like it. Yeah.
I mean, I can't show the image, but how it looks is scary because it's literally just like a black headset, and it has like 3 little like prongs or something, and that's where the bombs are, like right here. So if you die or whatever, those things just like activate or something, and then you have no more head. Wow.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. But some good news though, right? We're gonna. Toho.
Yep. Finally, Godzilla 2023. I mean, there's a picture on the website that with some wonky looking skinny,
that's a dummy thick Godzilla.
Yeah, no hands Godzilla.
But yeah, so Toho confirmed 2023,
Yep.
Godzilla. Won't be getting that maybe for some time then over here in the West. But yeah, if you're excited for that and you're happy with what was the last one?
Godzilla vs Kong.
Yeah, that one was a good one. I enjoyed that.
So it's a sequel. Nani?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be a sequel. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on it because I know you're more into Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, oh shoot, when did the second one come out? Last year? Or
Yeah,
2
I'm gonna
years
say
ago?
like a year ago.
I don't know. I lose track of time, but I'm excited because I do like the stupid Godzilla movies and how it ended last time, which is I guess not really a spoiler, but they kind of hinted at Mecha
had a
Godzilla
long time to
and
go
all
and see
that
it.
and blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So I don't know what they're gonna do next because it's supposed to be Godzilla.
There's
and
supposed
King
to be a
Kong.
monster verse they want to set up, so I
Yeah.
think this may be the beginnings of it.
Yeah, it comes out next. Oh, actually a whole year. Yeah,
Basically
November
a whole
3rd.
year from now.
I mean, sign me up.
Really no problem with that. But yeah, so kind of exciting like that. I'll put my little Godzilla face in the thumbnail again like I did for that one.
Oh yeah.
It's all confused. Yeah, I love that wonky looking Godzilla. Yeah, and
Oh.
another confirmed movie, Gears of War,
This one's stupid.
announced by Netflix. It's gonna be a live action film. Thoughts,
And
Ben?
more. Yeah, so it's a live action film and adult animated series. I'm okay with the animated series, but a live action film, I don't know how to feel about that because they don't have a very good track record of making anime into live action, and now they're gonna do
As long as they get just like the most buff dudes ever.
Batista, or what's his name, Dave Batista.
Yeah,
I think he
just
could
get
be
him.
the main character. That's
Yeah,
kinda
I
what it looks
didn't
like.
grow up playing Gears of War because I didn't really have Xbox.
It was a very it was very popular, but you can only play if you had Xbox, and so I didn't really have the Xbox, and if I did, it was just for Halo. I never really bought God of War, but I played them.
I had the original Xbox just to play like Halo.
Exactly,
That was it.
yeah.
And that was years after.
It kind of died out, but people still try to keep it alive. There's like some tournaments and stuff for it. Like I know Nick Merckx, he was part of the Gears of War thing, and
A lot of the old school like
Mhm.
streamers, they got started in like Gears of War.
yeah. But again, Netflix making anything live action from a video game is just not good.
This is no, just please stop. That's what it really is.
Witcher. Do we need to say anything else? Like
Now that I actually I never watched The Witcher.
it was good, but Henry
Yeah.
Cavill even said, "I'm only signing up if we pay, as like utmost respect to the books."
And
And then now
weren't.
he's leaving.
They weren't. That's the thing, because now they were saying like, oh, they don't like the source material and all these things supposedly. So he's gone
So
now,
Henry
but
Cavill's
that's
just
okay.
Like, peace out.
I'd rather have him do Superman. I'm not sure if
Yep.
that's controversial or not, but he
I
I'd
mean, he
rather
was a
have him than
very good
Superman.
Witcher, though. I don't know if you play the games or not.
No, I've never really.
But to the credit, who's replacing him? What's his name? Liam Hemsworth. I might be able to see it but I don't. If it's Henry Cavill, and I know it's supposed to be him, I'm just gonna hate it even more.
Hmm.
Is that rude? I don't know, but I'm a Henry Cavill
Fanboy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, and then the last thing is just gonna be some nerd stuff that I want to go over before we get into Call of Duty. A lot of the news surrounding that. Okay, so there's a lot to cover here. Basically, all my complaints for the most part in some way are gonna get addressed, which I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that it gets addressed quickly. But basically, Warfare, they're gonna work on things a bit, like how I was complaining about how all the fronts would like kind of split, kind of weird, and you would have to assign generals for like this one little province that you have to take, and it just took a million years. What was the other thing that I complained about?
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, basically everything that I complained about, they're fixing on here. The AI not being able to do like more than one, what is it called? Diplomatic play, like when you want to take more land.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. They're increasing visibility of navies, which is the thing I complained about because I was like, what is the Navy doing? I can't see it. What's going on? Where's the battles? Reverse swaying, so you can join a side in exchange for something. So like, a country can be like, hey, I'll join your war if you give me this land, which like, why isn't that in the game already? Like, it's literally a diplomacy game. Like, it's stuff like that where it should have been in the game. It's just now they're like, oh, we're going to add it. Literally, I still think it should have been in the oven for like another year. I don't think they should. I feel like it's still really early. Like,
Well, like why
some of the
release
stuff
it?
is so like Like the ability to expand your primary demands in a diplomatic play beyond just one war goal. So like what I just mentioned, like that should have been in the game.
Right.
Add the option to trade or at least give away states.
Oh,
like,
that was not even in the game?
That was not in the game. Add foreign investments or some form of construction in other countries. Improve and expand on interactions with and from subjects. So, I mean, like, this should have been in. This should have been in. So, let me see. Make it easier to see an overview of your pops and pop factors. And also, if anybody's interested in this, this came from their dev log, so you can very easily see, or you can go to Game Rant and
just type in Victoria 3.
Yeah. Victoria 3's trash, and then it'll come up with the dev logs. No. So,
yikes.
Tweak the late game economy and the AI's ability to develop key resources. That's fine. You're always going to be tweaking AI and stuff. But, yeah, the main thing is, like, I was like, where can I see the pops? Like, it made it kind of difficult. Didn't really feel like you could really, like, I felt like in the second one, you were able to be like, see that pie chart, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, it was a lot easier to get to. Mm-hmm. And they just made it more difficult because this is like a menu simulator for the most part. So it is what it is. But they are addressing a lot of stuff. They're going to do, what's the last thing? Have the AI succeed more often. Yeah, that kind of, or the American Civil War happens more frequently. Yeah, that kind of need to happen. Like,
what happened more frequently?
Basically, it just doesn't happen that often. Even like, so it says that they're going to improve having like the nation unifications happen more according to historical schedule, and when it unifies Italy and Germany, because it's like, how do I word it? It swings one way or the other. Like either like Germany just like never forms at all, or it's like it just happens like super quick like that. And like you'll just look and I'm like, wait, North German Confederation's already around, and then it's like Germany like the next second, and then, or they just like it'll be like 1900, and then you're still Prussia. So a lot of changes, but still things need to be kind of still addressed. But I think this is a good start. This should have been there in the first place, but I don't want to say better late than never because I already threw like $50 towards it, so I'd rather.
Yeah, but okay, but so this is the roadmap. So this isn't all next update. They're doing this. No,
this is roadmap. From what I understand, this is roadmap.
So they're doing this over time.
From what I understand, yeah, it's probably gonna be over time. I'm hoping they get this fixed before they even touch DLC. I'd be very upset if they do DLC and then all this is gonna be included in it. I think they're really gonna lose a lot of their audience if they do that. Like. That's no way.
So would you be less angry if it said you bought Victoria 3 beta?
I think if they said, hey, you get early access, yeah, I would have been like, oh, okay,
Not
cool.
a full release.
Because they sold it as a full release, and then they just kind of straight up lied about like, oh, we're focusing on the economy, and it's just like I've been saying, it's Anno 1800, but like with a top view of it. They sacrificed the warfare for like the laziest thing ever.
Yeah, but now they're making it content for the future.
Yeah, I just think they're just thinking of the DLCs, and they're like, oh, we'll just fix it with this DLC that'll come out like 5 years later, and it's like, finally, I can click this one button, and then it's like that's literally how it's been. It feels like, but I mean, what was the other one? Oh, it was Imperator Rome that they just gave up on. They just abandoned it because like people were complaining about it and they kept trying to fix it, but the game was just fundamentally like not good. They just abandoned it. They're like, we're not going to develop anymore.
So Victoria 3 is what you're saying.
You see, the thing is though, they can't give up on Victoria 3 because it's such like a core foundation. Mm-hmm. I just feel like if they'd abandon it, I think people would just walk away for the most part. Like they wouldn't buy the new DLCs. They'd be like, oh, we're just going to keep playing the old games. That would be it.
Well, I mean, are people walking away because of this Victoria 3?
I don't know, but I know a lot of people are pretty upset. Some people tend to enjoy it. Other people are like, well, this isn't Victoria 3. So, yes and no. I think most people are just like, I'm just going to keep playing Victoria 2. I think that's what it seems like. Well, they already bought the game, but they're like, oh, I'm just going to keep playing Vicky 2, and that's it. But
Vicky 2.
Yeah, that's the
kind of like that.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's a little update for my fellow nerds. All right, now to the cool stuff, Call of Duty.
It's been a hot topic for many reasons, actually. And I'm all for it.
I mean, I guess you can handle this because you've been like the Modern Warfare 2, like,
Chill.
yeah, you've
The
been
perfect game. No, it's not. I actually get mad at it pretty, like, I think every other day I'm mad at the game, but
Yeah.
that's just because the guns.
But that's just Call of Duty.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, it's officially like 10, 11 days, and they already made $1 billion, which is a huge record for Call of Duty because I think the last one was Black Ops 1 or 2.
I think it was Black Ops 2, and that was over 15 days that broke $1 billion.
Yeah, and this one did it in 10, which is huge. I mean, I didn't even think it was going to be that good of a game, but do you think it's worth $1 billion?
I think it's one of the better Call of Duties that have come out in a while.
So it's like 40% more than Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah, because Call of Duty Vanguard, though, just like plummeted. It just failed. Like, everyone was like, oh, Call of Duty's dead.
Yeah, because Activision before, because I sometimes read the, what is it called? Like the quarterly reports or whatever. And they were like saying like, oh yeah, we're in like a huge deficit. Not a deficit, but we lost a lot of money. And it's because like nobody's playing Vanguard and people stopped playing Warzone and nobody's playing Overwatch because the new one was coming out. But $1 billion in 10 days, and then there's more than 1 billion matches. I don't even know how many. What? 200 million hours.
200 million hours. Yeah, that's a lot.
In
just
10
for 10
days?
I think because it does. Well, yeah, you have some other streamers that are like, oh, this Call of Duty stinks, man. And
Which
then, but
I don't understand.
for like the core fan base, I think they like it. They enjoy it. Like, ooh, it's kind of, I don't know how to word it. Like, it's just a little different, I think, than from what the past few Call of Duties have been.
Yeah.
So that does make it a bit difficult for people who came in maybe towards around Black Ops 4 and like, you know, that Cold War, Vanguard, World War II, Call of Duty World War II era. So I can see it being kind of like a bit of a shock because it's a bit of the Modern Warfare 2 is a bit of a return to form, right? Less movement, more gunplay. I think you can still kind of go back a little bit more to that arcadey shooter style, and I think it'd still be fine.
Yeah. I think this is a good middle ground.
Yeah, I guess that's that was the word I was looking for. It's a middle ground between like that arcadey feel that the older Call of Duties kind of used to have, and then kind of like the newer, more realistic stuff. I think it just came at a good time because I mean, if you look at like, was it Battlefield, Dead,
Battlefield, what is it, 2042, whatever it's called?
Oh, what are the other shooters? Like basically a whole bunch of other shooters. I mean, people are playing like Overwatch and stuff, right? But it's a little bit different than like Call of Duty, right? So
they're all pretty much dead.
But yeah, most shooters, I think everyone was kind of looking for like a good shooter to get into. I mean, Splitgate just died.
They abandoned that actually.
Yeah, they're done with that. So it's like Halo, dead.
I mean, the winter update came out today on Tuesday, which is the 8th. If you guys are interested,
I don't even know what's going on with Halo.
But they also turned off solo duo input ranked because there's a bug, so you can't even do ranked.
Yeah. It's just
I freaking love Halo.
I just need a second to process that one.
Just think about that. They're hyping out this winter update. This is when the Forge is coming, and it's like, all right, more people are gonna start playing.
Hey, remember when Forge was supposed to be there like a
like
month
2 years
after
ago.
launch? yeah. I was like, oh yeah.
And now they're saying there's a huge bug to the point where they have to turn off ranked mode essentially. And it's just you can do what was the other one where there's no input, whatever it's called, I don't remember. So yeah, your crossplay is fine, but other than that, they just cut off half the ranked just because of a bug, which whatever it is, I don't know.
Anyways,
new update.
I think Call of Duty kind of killed it this year.
I'm happy Modern Warfare 2 is I'm obsessed with it, unfortunately. So I have no complaints. We just kind of have to wait for Warzone 2 and DMZ, which is next week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so hopefully they'll be rolling out the updates, getting things in like hardcore and all that stuff, and bringing back pinging and all that. Because sometimes I'm like, he's right there, and I'm trying to like ping, and I'm like, it's not working, and I forget, and then
I have high hopes because they are listening, and they already made a bunch of changes. And then season 1, they're already gonna do like a complete overhaul of like a bunch of different systems, like the piece of junk UI and all that. So I think season 1, depending what they do, and then if they keep changing, like maybe every 2 weeks or whatever, it's gonna be a great game.
I think Call of Duty doesn't even have to try that hard, just because everyone else is just
that's also true.
dead in the water, or just at very minimum they're just treading water at best. It's like at minimum they're like on fire. At best they're just treading water. I meant sorry, but yeah, I mean Call of Duty is doing good. But to talk about kind of like what they're bringing, the future.
This is some controversy because there's a lot of mixed comments and people don't understand what full premium release means. So in the quarterly report or whatever, they said, oh yeah, 2023 is a full premium release for, the next Call of Duty, whatever. And so people interpreted that as like, wait, there's going to be a new game alongside Modern Warfare 2. And then people
like,
are
wait, Treyarch's going to post the next one.
Yeah, and everyone was freaking out. Yes. And then a developer guy, he's like, guys, relax. They're just doing DLC. It's like, so they are going to, so from what I've read,
there's been at least one confirmed DLC.
It's so that like the next, you're going to have to buy it, unfortunately, which is what it sounds like. But it's going to be a continuation of the story, which I probably won't say spoilers, but if you play it and then you wait to the very end, you'll understand it and you should be excited. I'm excited for it. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to do a whole new campaign, whole new maps, blah, 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 blah. So it's like the same game, but just a bunch more with a price tag, unfortunately. But I'm not going to complain on it. If it's $70 though, I might, don't quote me on this. I might not get it, but I mean, it depends what they mean by full premium release. Or he could just be lying, like, actually, psych, we're actually going to have like 2 Call of Duties at once.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see them lying though. You know what I mean? Like, why would they just lie? They'd be like, oh no, psych, we're not, we're doing 2 Call of Duties plus a DLC, or one new Call of Duty and the DLC for the other one. Yeah. I honestly, I'd be very surprised and that they would put out another Call of Duty so quick, especially since the reception for this one's been really good. It would make such like a weird gamble to just be like, oh no, we're going to do another one, because then they don't know the reception for the next one, Well,
I mean, like, what happens if it's like, maybe they worded it in case Warzone 2 just absolutely tanks and everybody hates DMZ, and then people stop playing it and they're like, wait, maybe we can have this in reserve.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. I don't think they...
But this game's a little too good, in my opinion. And we're not even like getting everything. We're still waiting for Warzone 2. We're still waiting for DMZ. We're still waiting for Hardcore.
Yeah, we're only 10 days in. Yeah. So it's like, well, at the time of recording. So
yeah, people who got Orion already, y'all need to relax. Unless you're a streamer, that's fine. But we don't need, triple XP already. But I think when they release season 1, we might get shipment back, so it's gonna make grinding a lot easier. Thank the Lord. Maybe Shoot House too, but I don't want that. So I don't. Call of Duty is just, it wins. I'm sorry. There's nothing else to say, but they won.
Also, that map that everyone hates. Oh man, the
Afghan.
Yeah. It's supposed to be removed because you know how they're having that dispute, the lawsuit.
Oh, the hotel map at the okay. Yeah, they can get out of there. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, Call of Duty getting sued. They're removing a map.
Surprise.
Yeah, so that's all you need to know.
I mean, it's their fault. They didn't even.
No one liked the map, so it's fine. Yeah. So, is that the last thing? I feel like we missed something else.
No, God of War. I'm sorry, Gears of War.
I was like, God of War.
Actually, that's coming out soon.
Yeah, I was like,
Sonic Frontier came out.
Sonic Frontier came out. I heard it's been good. People like it. That's
I've been watching somebody play it, and it looks
interesting.
Average. I wouldn't play it. I'd be bored. I'm sorry.
Is it like what, $60-$70?
I think so.
If it's $70, no way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like now you have to be better than Call of Duty in order for me to play it.
Wow, Call of Duty is 20 years old.
Yep.
The franchise is old enough to join the military. Think of that.
Oh. Interesting. Would they? Probably not. Do you think any of these kids would last in the military?
Shoot, I wouldn't. So I don't know, but I do think Call of Duty it is interesting because now, like, since you can actually like this voice chat and everything, everyone's just screaming and yelling at each other.
Oh, they're also changing that as well.
Oh,
like, I just remembered that. Let me see if I can remember it correctly. So they're changing the report system. So if you're very toxic, which there's a lot of toxicity.
Pointing fingers here.
Yeah, Angel. Anyways, so if you get reported, you get muted, and you'll never know.
Oh, nice. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
You just be speaking into the void.
You'd be screaming, and why is nobody listening to me?
What do you mean you can't hear me insult you?
Which is good because there is just like blatant racism and typical Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Just go to a streamer who's never mind. If you go to a streamer and they say something like I'm a streamer, you're gonna hear a lot of bad words, and you'll know why they should change the report system. Because man, I was watching what's his name, Bruce. I don't know. Do you know who he is? Okay, well, people who watch streamers, he's part of OTK. He's black, so he was playing a game, and there's like white boys.
Oh, racial slurs, I'm assuming.
And he was pissed, and he's like, "I'm gonna report all of you." And it's like, I know people at Activision, which I hopefully because it wasn't even like funny, I guess, or something. It was like, I can't believe people exist.
Yeah, it didn't even have the audacity to be like creative or anything.
No, they were stupid. And
no, yeah. Like, I mean, I do hope, the report system, I think if it gets better, I mean, like light toxicity where you're just like, oh, your mom, like that's fine. Yeah, but like when it gets really like, okay, hold on here, we're getting hate crime territory, then
it was hate crime.
Yeah, then I'm like, all right, like it's not fun anymore. It's not fun. Relax. But I think Call of Duty, I think they're handling it well for the most part. The one thing that I wish is that, lobbies don't like
die.
Yeah, like they don't, because every time like you join a lobby and then they just break it and then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're gonna be in a new lobby. Like I wish you can stay in that same lobby, because I miss that when it's like you just go back and forth in the same lobby for so long.
Yeah. I don't know why they got rid of that.
Skill-based matchmaking.
Okay, I like if they get rid of that, like that's the next update, next full premium release, whatever, and they say, you know what, let's just get rid of it. Oh my god.
You see, that's the thing. Like, just add in the rank mode, and then that's the skill-based matchmaking, and then casual is just whatever. It's just anarchy. Just do that for casual.
I don't know why they can't understand that. Maybe one day.
It's probably too difficult to be like, we're going to add this. We're going to add this other button and change the servers.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. So it's not. I don't know how difficult it really is, but
it shouldn't be that difficult.
Everyone's been whining. It's like it's just literally do like ranked skill-based matchmaking. It's competitive. It's sweaty. Okay, you do casual. Okay, nobody's sweating in there. You want to have a beer and hang out with your buddies. Like that's where that mode is. If someone's sweating, you report them, and then they're forced to go into the ranked lobbies for the next 2 hours. Like
that'd be hilarious. Reason for report: sweaty. All right. Well, you can only queue rank.
Can't you do that? Yeah, you can only. Yeah, we should just do that. Like I was thinking about that. Like you should just only queue rank. Like so, if you get reported for being sweaty by the other team, you can only queue rank for like the next 2 hours.
Dang, that's harsh, but I can get behind that.
It's like, dude, you're gonna be sweating casual, like, cause like we were talking about that last like stream. We were just like, dude, I just want to play and have fun and like talk about stuff. I'm like, I don't want to be like,
cause you don't even have to be like super sweaty to do the challenges.
No.
Like it's the most. I mean, some of them are annoying, but that's just because of the gun. But it's like I don't have to, be bunny hopping everywhere and crouching and I don't know. It's just people I see on this game. It's just like, man, you need to go outside.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Stop playing the game for 50 hours a day and let me play for 3 and still be good.
Yeah, I think of course like. We were talking about how just competitive it is now just to get seen within the Call of Duty space. So it's like you kind of have to, right? It's like anybody who's like an up-and-comer, they have to like sweat. So it's unfortunate, but I'm hoping that we get like personality back into Call of Duty because I feel like that's been missing.
That's why we're here. What?
Yes, that's exactly why. You should hit the subscribe button and follow us on Twitch. Yeah. I think that's a good little segue to ending it off. Ooh, okay. Well, if you guys enjoyed what you guys were listening to today, if you had a little fun, we'd very much appreciate it. If you just tick the little subscribe button, give it a little high five. And, of course, drop a comment. Let us know what you guys think about Call of Duty. Are you excited for the Godzilla movie? Right? Because I'm willing to go watch it. I enjoyed it.
It's monsters.
Yeah. Oculus, let us know. Would you try it out? Would you try out that explosive Oculus?
Just blow up?
Yes. Would you dude, that would be like the ultimate like battle royale game. Like,
can you stream that?
Yeah, no, we're not gonna jump into that conversation.
All right,
all right. We very much appreciate it. if you guys would follow us on Instagram and all our social medias, which are at Past the Pop Culture. We're on like Instagram, Twitter, Hover, TikTok. We're on all that. We usually post our little clips over there. And of course, if you're listening to the pre-recorded version and you're on your preferred stream podcast listening platform, what did they have? Like 5 stars, hearts, thumbs up, however it works on there. We very much appreciate it if you do that for us. We very much appreciate it. Of course, have a good day, guys, or good night, wherever you are.
Peace.